Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I am Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Sal Segala, and we have a guest. Sal, you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, we do have a guest today. We have the owner of Jan's Racing from out here in Southern California. Jan is has a two-car team that races in the ARCA West Series division. And
We interviewed both of his drivers. We've already done interviews with Robbie Kenneally and Kyle Keller, so it's cool that we're going to be interviewing Jan.
yeah, it is. So we finally get a chance to meet the man behind the two yellow Aloha cars out there and traveling the circuit this year. This is second year out. He had his rookie season last year, so this is his sophomore season this year.
Jan, why don't we start with you talking a little bit about how you got into racing and became a team owner?
Okay. Many years ago, I started out by racing sprint cars at JC Agajanian's out that way. Had a driver, Joe Smith, drive for me. We weren't very good. We had a lot of fun, though. And we were just a grassroots Saturday night race team. And it was a lot of fun. We did it for the fun. We didn't do it for notoriety or to win or anything like that. And it was just a Saturday night thing to do. And from that, it turned out to racing with Ron Peterson at Orange Show, racing a little pro stock cars, street stocks, and we won championships there at Orange Show. Set some track records with the little old cars that Ron would put together. And now Jeffrey Peterson, he was basically like in diapers back then practically. And the gentleman from Tri-City Towing, he helped us out a lot too. He's a wonderful guy. All those people helped formulate teams going up. And from that, it got into the towing aspect of things from Irwindale Speedway to Fontana, all around. We went up to Sonoma. We did all the towing for race recovery. And that was very interesting and very helpful to help the racers. Some of it was we got paid for. A lot of it was donated. Local tracks, we just did it. Yes?
I heard that you were the mayor of Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah, I've got the chair sitting right over here that they made for me. It was a very, very honorable thing. We sponsored a lot of kids. We just helped make connections when they couldn't afford a set of tires, or they couldn't afford the admittance to the tracks, or they need a little helping hand, getting a car in a trailer if it was crashed or whatever, getting it home. We were just that racer's helper. And now I'm getting that favor returned because I have my own race team. And they know I'm back to helping some kids racing. And so now that is coming back helping us in a big way. There's a lot of mentors and people that are helping me.
That's fantastic. Sal, I know you've got some questions for Jan. You want to go ahead and ask your questions?
Yeah. So, anyways, going back, to when you first got your start, some of the cars, that you sponsored at Irwindale through the different divisions. What was it that got you into the ARCA Menard series?
I think the challenge. I really liked to be a part of it. I sponsored Joe Nava's team for a little while, actually quite a few years. And Butch Gilliland and David Gilliland, we raced Tucson. I helped formulate that team a little bit. And back in the 90s, I think 97, 98, Butch won Tucson out there with us and raced against Kenny Schrader. To me, that sparked an interest of love for NASCAR. It brought me to where I am right now, the love of that series and this class. I have raced in several divisions, the Pro Late Series, which we won an SRL race with Nick Jonitis and the Jacksons. And I just had a lot of great people help me and keep this spirit alive along the way.
So with that being said, you guys had your first season, with ARCA last year, went off, I guess you could say, pretty well. You guys were able to finish the whole season, which was great. And then you start off the second season, your sophomore season, and you pick up two young drivers.
Absolutely. And two wonderful guys. Um, we've learned from a lot of people. We had Rip Michaels race with us, crew chief. We've had Nick Jonitis, and you just do everything on a timeline. And depending on how interested people are in doing this and how their work lets them do what they do, because this has got to be somewhat of a hobby too. I can't afford to pay all the high-end people to crew chief and do all that stuff. I get a lot of volunteers. Um, One of our volunteers is Chris Greeny, and he's a heart transplant patient. And he just loves this. He loves to have the passion for the same class and sport that we do. And matter of fact, he helped build the car a little bit with the Jacksons, the car that we won with Nick Jonitis driving in the SRL race over at Irwindale. So, it's we've got another gentleman that's crew chief, Brian Kaiser, wonderful guy. I think it's these type of people and the families. You got Kyle Keller, wonderful family. His dad, John Keller, has Allegiance Motors over there in I believe it's up near Fresno, and he builds a lot of the motors for the lower divisions. And you've got Robbie Kenneally, which recently lost his father, a wonderful young man. So I selected these two young men mainly because of their family, the way they have been brought up through racing. And John, the mother Fran, and the past father Gary taught these kids everything. These kids have been racing 15 years on or about, and one's 19, one's 20. And their knowledge, they have more knowledge than some people that are in their 30s or 40s. So that to me really struck an interest. And to get them behind the wheel at Irwindale for that last race, I had 5 ARCA cars out there. And it was kind of a test. I wanted to see what people had. We had Dean Thompson, we had Jeff Peterson, Robbie and Kyle. We had a lot of people. Nick was in one of the cars. We had a lot of fun. And I was able to watch these guys and see what kind of wheelmen they were against each other. Cole Custer was out there. And you got the Huddleston family, wonderful family. Couldn't do this without Tim. He's such a mentor and help. It's incredible. We race together. We love each other. Bob Brancotti. These type of people keep my spirit going and help me do this, because I do a lot of it under a volunteer basis to help the kids.
So, like like we were talking about, getting into the ARCA Menards West side. What kind of expectations did you go in with this year? After your first year, and you always hear about the sophomore season is always, for some reason, drivers come out of their rookie season, they get into the sophomore season. That's where they have their major problems, issues. You know what? It's like things don't click. And you see a lot of frustrations.
Well, these kids, I think what I've learned from Bob Brancotti, a lot of people have taught me how to deal with different situations. There can be family situations, and it's all about like sending a young man to a university. Our race team is very unique. It basically is virtually free of charge. We ask that the parents help with some transportation and different little items. And some people do. They really are very kind families and help out in great ways, and we appreciate it. But when you send somebody off to a university, some of them have dorms and some of them don't. Well, these kids drive all the way from Madera to come to Glendora to my barn. I got a Barnminium, that's what I call it. And I call this my wellness center. And they come over and help me get well. Back in 2018, I had a concussion. I got rear-ended at 65 miles an hour, and I didn't know it, but I was diagnosed with an aging brain, and I had a concussion over my whole entire brain. So at that point, they wanted me to go to a USC or UCLA clinic, and do some experimental stuff. And I just said, hey, listen, I'm going to try to get well on my own. And this is what I did, is I started the racing, and it's helped me a lot through this bad experience of life. We almost lost, I almost passed on during COVID, and like a lot of people did. And so I've had a couple chances, and now this is why I'm going all out, helping these young men and helping myself get better mentally, physically, and stay interested in something. The doctor said, do something. Well, I'm tired of playing golf. I like racing.
So
I like
with
it.
the West Series, where do you see the West Series going from from back in the day, when it was with, when you had the Price, you had Bruncati, you had a lot of the big name teams, and it seems like the series kind of dwindled off a little bit. Last year, I know we had some good car counts. This year so far, we've had some decent car counts. Where do you see the series going forward from today, into the end of the year, and then possibly into 2026 if you still keep the team together?
Well, I think we have highs and lows, just like the stock market. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And financially, right now, the economy is not maybe so good for people to afford to do this sport. And some people do a lot of rental cars, and it's a little tough on them, for renting cars right now because the cash flow is just not there. But I learn a lot by talking to people like Jerry Pitts, Joe Nava. We've got the Schraders, Ken Schrader, Brian Schrader, and the Huddlesons. I've learned a lot about the economics about this whole division. And of course, Bob bringing him up. So I feel that still future. I'm matter of fact, third car for Kern. I'm gonna have two brothers race with each other. And I'm sorry, but that was a wish for their father, the late Gary. And I'm going to try to make that happen. So Joey and Robbie will be racing with Kyle at Kern Raceway. That's going to be kind of exciting for me, for Fran to see that happen, and the daughter, Harley. So anyhow, that means a lot to me. With me, it's not about the money. It's about the friendship and the families. And to keep ARCA West going, I appreciate all the help we get from the East Coast and all the West Coasters. They just help me. And that's all I can say. They are here with open arms. They always answer their phones. They want to help me. I've been in a crash course to make this happen in a couple of years. And bless a lot of people's hearts, from the Sunrise Ford guys, Mike Fisk, Sedgwick, all those guys, Dennis, you know who you are. Francisco on our side helping transport cars. We didn't have, I don't believe we had any DNFs. I learned how to make cars survive. And I do a lot of the body work, have some people help me with the vinyl and the lettering. I enjoy this. It's a passion.
One of the things that I love about what you're doing is that when we talked to both Robbie and Kyle, they talked about how much they work on their cars. And so many of the drivers nowadays don't work on their cars. And I think when drivers do work on the cars, they are better race car drivers because they can communicate with their crew chief and tell them what they need.
Absolutely. I grew up around Ron Peterson, Butch Gilliland, around Ron Hornaday, and watch these guys jump out of the car and do a quick adjustment, whether it's Kevin Harvick. These people work on their own cars, okay? And they know how to work on their cars. And that's where I love about these two young men, and also Joey. These guys, they're wheelmen. They know what it takes. They know what shock adjustments, what spring adjustments, what sway bar. They know how to do it. They know what's up. And it comes from great leadership from John Keller, from Chris Greeny, and from Brian Kaiser and the Schraders. I call these people professors in my little racing university. And you're seeing me here in a barn. I literally am in a barn that was built in the late 30s or early 40s. I don't have all the extravagant, up-to-date, late model pull-down machines and all that stuff. I'm doing this with very little that I've had a lot of help with in a short period of time.
Now, was his name David? He was going to take us on a tour of your facility there.
David, yeah, he can walk the phone around. And Dave, would you like him to do that right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now.
You want to carry the
So I'm gonna take this thing out, and I'm gonna let Jan just stay on this and just show. I'm gonna let you give him the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
walk
You know
around.
what? We'll walk it with Jan. So here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Here, hold on. Let me get my behind the scenes camera here.
This is the number 1 car, which is the number 9 car. We're keeping the number 1 on it, so we can run the number 9 car also with the other Kenneally brother, Joey. And this car over here, I believe this is an EGR car. Right here, it's a backup car, and It's got a spec motor in it. We've got, let's see, we've got Kyle's car right here, and this one's Elmore powered right here, and Robbie's car that's behind me I just showed you is Elmore powered also, and we've got other cars that this car here, Kyle ran to a 5th place race last year for the ARCA Menards Championship. He was 5th place. Fran Kenneally gave me the car to use with the kids and to put back into my university here to help them. So I went through the car, made it Jan's colors, and it's got a spec motor, and it's well, the hood's locked up, but it's a complete nice car, running car. This
Are
car
these
over
the
here,
cars you're going to take to Colorado?
yeah, a couple of them are the Mustang and the car in front there, and this car, the one I just showed you. Yeah, these 3 cars are going to go to Kern right here.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got a car over here. This car is our number 9 car. It was a Bob Rincati car. And that car was built and put together by a gentleman by the name of, I believe it was Bill Duncan. And Bill Sedgwick worked on this car a lot. Okay, it's a very, very nice car. And then this car here, which car do we have here, Dave? Let's take a look at the motor. It's a spec motor. These things being all the same color, I get them mixed up. Let me see what chassis number is.
Can we tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is chassis 17 right here. Another Rincati car. Which one?
Let's tell them about this toolbox, Jan.
Oh, the toolbox? Yeah.
So Sal, you know Jan, this toolbox, if you look at it right now, unrecognizable. He bought this thing, and it was out of shape. I think they were going to throw it away. And here, I'll let Jan kind of just tell you what he did. Yeah, look at the top. The
Looks
top
pretty
was
jazzy. Well, we've put all DeWalt tools in this one because it's yellow, and so the kids don't get the tools mixed up at the track. They know where the tools go back, the the tire guns and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little easier to operate that way. And then
look at the wheels.
yeah, each
Oh, my.
Yeah, you got
nice.
door is fully loaded with every kind of wrench and everything you can imagine. I shop at pawn shops, so I get things on a budget. All my equipment's used. I don't used or donated. I very seldom go out and buy anything, firsthand.
Yeah, this thing was unrecognizable, guys.
Wow, that's nice.
Just insane. And the thing is that Jan did the work. He got a little help, but he did most of the work on the.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, this thing too. Look at this.
yeah, I got this from Chris Greeny. It was his original crew box. All the tools, everything you'd ever want. I've got 4 sets of everything. I've got tools in both of my haulers.
If there's a branding 101 for NASCAR, I think Jan could teach the class already.
There you go.
You know this is a Jan's toolbox when you see it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Back here where Maestro works. Maestro is a crew chief and car chief, actually. And I got him every kind of tool. He's got a lathe back here. We hand build pretty much a lot of different brackets and whatever we need. We do it in-house in a small way. Like I say, we don't have a lot. Dave, let's go over to the road course side really quick. Show them road courses.
Oh, you got the road course ready? Wow. Okay. So this is the left side, and then we got the all road kind of go everywhere.
I've got a ginormous pit box whenever I get it ready from David. I got to get that for some of the bigger tracks. Here's a couple road course
Oh,
cars.
that's really cool. I love how these guys are helping you out, like David Gilliland.
Yeah, very nice people. Yes.
Yes.
These are
So
road
this is a brand new garage, guys. This was, I think, like an old evidence garage or something.
Yeah, I remember when I went down there, they were just putting the wall studs up,
Wow.
and they hadn't even put the drywall up yet. They were still
Talk
doing all the
about
wall
doing
studs.
so much with, on a, like you say, on a budget. You guys are doing fantastic.
Some tools I deal with.
Mhm.
I got a lot of my paints and product that I use. I just get it at Harbor Freight or Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't
So
have the
you-
big body shop budgets.
Go big or go home. That's how we call Jan.
Homegrown.
Here,
Yeah.
here. We'll put a. Let's see, Jan. Stand right here. Stand right here. Stand right there, please.
Oh, right here? Yeah.
This is a screenshot for the viewers right there. Jan's
Oh, with his
Motorsports.
background. I like
Yeah,
it. Very
yeah.
nice.
So, yeah, that's the road course cars. They'll be at what, Sonoma next?
Yeah, Sonoma, and then Portland after that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice, Jan. Jan, this
Should we
was
go back to the
fantastic.
to the chair?
Well, thank you.
Did you have any other questions, Sal?
Yeah, I had one more question for him. Jan, how do you find the time? How do you balance your time between running your tow truck business, which is, we know it's a big, it's a big endeavor, and then running the taking time out, to still give the attention, that the race team needs?
Well, Sal, it was either retire, go to a rest home, or do something like that. And I don't want to do that. I'm too energetic for that. I'm a 67-year-old senior citizen doing this, but I've got like a 30 or 40-year-old mind. And as long as, God willing, my body still permits me to do this, I'm gonna do this as a hobby. And I love my towing business. It's my passion in my world. That really, but I've done it 45 years, and that helps me fund what we're doing here. I've changed around my advertising a little bit. So I use my race cars for our towing advertisements. Instead of paying magazines and different articles for advertising, I do it my own way because I learned that from NASCAR and TV. Whether it's big sponsors, Tide, Hooters, whoever it is, they use NASCAR. I've used NASCAR in a small way in my little home communities. We serve about 15, 20 communities around here. And people use my product. They use my towing service because they know I'm fair. I'm transparent. I'm honest. And that's the way I am with my race team. And so a lot of people jump on board. They know I'm on a very limited budget. I do a lot on my own, and with the help of a lot of volunteers.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jan. We've really enjoyed talking with you today. We hope this isn't our last visit with you. We hope somewhere down the road you'll come back and visit with us again and we learn a little bit more.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to be on your TV program. And once again, I want to thank everybody for helping me. It's made me feel a lot better about myself because it's hard to be a successful person when you're older. Nobody believes in you, and they can't believe some of the things some older people can do. But maybe we'll make some of those doubters some believers. And just like you and Sal, you guys are great. And but I do want to thank everybody. And I could never appreciate and thank enough people. Trust me, they all reach out and help me. Nobody says no. And thank you for
Well,
having me
you're
on your
doing
program.
a great, you're doing a great thing there.
That's how you gotta live by the most famous 3 words you could ever think of. Old guys rule.
Very true, Sal. And thank you for teaching me about all these nice restaurants, Sal. You've taught me.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
taught me well, Sal.
Thanks
Sal
for
knows
coming
all
on,
the
Jan.
restaurants.
We had a great time. Thanks for taking the time out, for the interview, and also for showing us the race shop and
And
thank
you guys
Yes.
for what you do. All the pictures, Sal, your wonderful photography. This is history. We wouldn't be here without you guys in this program. Thank you once
Well,
again.
thank you, Jan. And like I say, we want you to come back again somewhere down the road.
I'm always available,
Okay, thank you.
especially for
Good
this.
luck at your next race, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, Jan's towing and racing.
the next one we do is gonna be a first. I'm gonna sit next to Jan and at a restaurant that he never takes me to, and then we'll do the interview then.
Nice.
All right.
You got it.
Okay, thank you so much, Jan.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
guys.
also. Appreciate you guys.
We'll
Okay.
go ahead and say our goodbyes here, and we'll see you in the next video, everybody.
Thank you.
Sal, you want to say anything?
No, that's it. Thanks, Jan. Thanks, David, for everything. Thanks for, like I said, for
Thank you,
the
guys.
support. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys at a racetrack.
Look
Yes,
forward
thank
to it.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, David, for the tour. We appreciate
Absolutely.
your support.
Okay.
Thank you,
Jan,
guys.
for the
We really appreciate you guys.
All
Go
right.
Jans.
Thank
Go
you.
Jans. Bye bye.